On everybody's lips right now at this moment is, what is the next move of Nnamdi Kanu? What is the next step to be taken by Nnamdi Kanu right now after the court judgment that was passed on yesterday, 18th of July? Many people also in this platform, we had canvassed that on that day that Nnamdi Kanu should be set free. We had canvassed, did everything, collected votes, told people to type free Nnamdi Kanu and all the rest. So the world paid attention yesterday on 18th, hoping that freedom will be granted to Oyendu Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra in Nigeria. Yet, we all know how the case went, that the matter was still adjourned and all the rest. So in this video, let us cover exactly what happened in the court on 18th of July that still made that Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS custody. And beyond what happened in the court, what now is the next step that Nnamdi Kanu has to take? That is our work here in Noble Media. Of course, if you have not subscribed, here is the right time for you to subscribe. Just click on subscribe right now as we begin to look into this news. Court decide whether Nnamdi Kanu has terrorism case to answer on October 10th. Let's look at it. Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja will, in October 10th, decide whether the federal government has established the ingredients of terrorism charge brought against pro-Biafran nation agitator Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so as to order him to open his defense in the trial before his court. We had here in Noble Media giving you the information of what is happening over there in Nigeria, giving information that after the federal government filed a case and ended and filed a no case, said that they have said everything they want to say against Nnamdi Kanu before the justice, it was now time for Nnamdi Kanu's team to respond, and they filed a no case appeal, meaning that Nnamdi Kanu had no case, absolutely has no case to answer, and therefore the Nigerian government should acquit him and free him, release him. Justice Omotosho fixed the date for his decision on Friday, shortly after both the defense and prosecution argued for and against the no case submission filed by Kanu against the charge filed against him by the federal government of Nigeria. Of course, the federal government of Nigeria is filing a treason and terrorism case against Nnamdi Kanu, who has been agitating for the freedom of his people, the Southeasterners, the Biafran people in Nigeria. And of course, he was captured in 2021 and all the rest. So after the whole case filed by the federal government, Nnamdi Kanu's team filed a no case appeal, meaning that they believe that the Nigerian court has no reason, no jurisdiction to try and hold Nnamdi Kanu. We must now move on. Remember, here in Noble Media, our work is to stand for justice, to stand for truth, and to give you the information as it is dropping. If you have not subscribed, here is the time to click on subscribe right now. The Department of State Service, DSS, had realigned the pro-Biafran leader on an amended 7-count charge bordering on alleged terrorism and treasonable felony before Omotosho on March 21st, following the withdrawal of the former judge Bintan Yako from the defendant, whom the defendant has accused of bias. Remember that Justice Omotosho is not the first person involved in Nnamdi Kanu's case. We have had several of them, like Bintan Yako and all the rest, but many of them has withdrawn from the case. The case seems to be complicated and heavier than most of them. Right now, the federal government have brought several charges against Nnamdi Kanu, and they keep amending it. They will bring this one, it will be squashed. They will go back, amend it, reappeal, and all the rest. Remember, don't forget that the High Court in Nigeria had already acquitted and ordered for the dismiss of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but the federal government refused and appealed the case. Meanwhile, the DSS closed its case against Kanu last month after calling 5 witnesses and tendering several bundles of documentary and video evidence. We must now move on. If you have not subscribed, click on subscribe right now. Rather than open his defense, Kanu brought an application for a no-case submission, which was argued and objected to at Friday's proceedings. Friday's proceedings was 18th of July. Enforcing the charge against him, Kanu, through his lead counsel, Chief Kanu Agabe, senior advocate of Nigeria, urged the court to discharge and acquit him on ground that the prosecution failed to call a single witness to prove to the court how he incited anyone to take violence, because the Nigerian state is accusing Kanu for spearheading the NSAS protests and all the rest, a lot of crimes that happened even while Kanu was not in Nigeria. Besides, the senior lawyer noted that the 5 witnesses called during trial, who were operatives of the Department of State Service, had admitted that their role were limited to obtaining statements from the defendant. Agabe further argued that no investigation whatsoever was carried out on Kanu's statement and no report of any investigation on terrorism allegation was made available to the court. The senior lawyer drew the attention of the court to the fact that the charges against Kanu were amended 8 times. Like I said, they will bring the case, Kanu's lawyers will triumph, the federal government will go back, amend it, repackage it, bring it again. For 8 consecutive times, they have been amending cases against Kanu just to keep holding him. The senior lawyer drew the attention of the court to the fact that the charges against Kanu were amended 8 times, yet no one came to testify he was instigated to violence. We must move on. Insisting that Kanu was only asking people to defend themselves, which from the wanton killings, are we not seeing killings? Just within a few days ago, we saw the gruesome murder of over 200 in Benue. Within that period also, there was murders a lot in Ihamufu, in Enugu State, down there in the southeast. We've had quite a lot of killings, bloodshed, kidnappers, and the interesting thing is that the herdsmen involved in all this are not being charged though. The herdsmen are not being charged, they work freely, they are not arrested. The few that are arrested are also returned, not taken to prison. Agabe argued that the threat to bring the world down by Kanu was a mere boasting and should not be used against him to justify terrorism offenses. He said that asking Nigerians to defend themselves is a constitutional right and has been re-echoed by other Nigerians, including General T.Y. Danjuma. All of us, if you follow African news closely, especially what is going on over there in Nigeria, you will know T.Y. Danjuma. And when he said that the case of insecurity in the country calls for individuals to stand up and defend themselves without waiting for the security agent who obviously seem to be compromised. He said that all communities, organizations, individuals should be able to rise up, get arms, defend themselves. Agabe also faulted the solitary confinement of Kanu in the last 10 years in violation of international law that solitary confinement must not last more than 15 days. Most of the time, the Nigerian state refuses to obey court laws, court orders, international laws, local laws. In conclusion, the defense counsel insisted that the ingredients of terrorism charge was not established throughout the trial and urged the court to hold that no prima facie case had been made against Kanu to warrant ordering him to enter defense in the charges. Now, the step that Kanu wants to take is that he should be released, that the Nigerian state has no case against him. If you are one of those that believe Kanu should be free, please come under the comment of this video and type free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Type free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free or I stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must keep gathering this momentum, because the more we type it, the more likely that the world powers will pay attention and release Oyendu for the Biafrans. However, The prosecution completely disagreed with the defendant, maintaining that it has proved its case and that the court should order Kanu to enter his defense. The lead prosecution counsel, Chief Adeboyega Amowolo, SAN, stated that the threat by Kanu to break up the country and establish a Republic of Biafra was not a mere empty threat but a deliberate one. Amowolo referenced a broadcast on Biafra radio station where Kanu openly and publicly declared his intention to break up Nigeria, adding that the broadcast by Kanu caused many Nigerians to live in great fear. The senior lawyer accordingly urged the court to reject Kanu's claim that he had no case to answer in the 7-count terrorism charge brought against him. Amowolo argued that boasting to break up Nigeria is a fundamental security issue to the nation and as such should not be considered as empty threat as claimed by Kanu. We must now move on. The government lawyer informed the court that Kanu in the broadcast directed his followers to go after policemen to kill them along with their families, adding that over 170 security agents were killed shortly after the broadcast. The defendant made a broadcast. He proudly declared himself as IPOB leader, even when he knew that IPOB had been proscribed. He made a broadcast that the world will come to a standstill. Why will they rush and proscribe IPOB when herdsmen are moving around free, killing people under protection by the Nigerian state? Why will they go ahead and proscribe IPOB when kidnappers, when the wicked politicians are still sucking and making the country dry? The law of Nigeria prohibits words capable of making Nigerians live in perpetual fears, threatening to bring Nigeria down. The aim is to create Biafra and not a mere boasting, and there are consequences for such boastings. The lawyer said, after taking submission from all parties in the suit, Justice Omotosho announced that judgment in the no-case submission has been fixed on October 10th. October 10th is quite far, right? But that is the tactics they have always used against Nnamdi Kanu. Now, here is a point Kanu is making. Kanu and his legal team doesn't want to start the defense. They said that they don't have any case to answer. Kanu should be freed. Don't forget that a high court in Kenya had already passed a judgment saying that Kanu's arrest was unjust. The way Kanu was arrested from Kenya and brought into Nigeria was completely against international law, international standard, of which Nigeria is a signatory. That therefore, the Kenyan government will pay Nnamdi Kanu 120 million naira in compensation. That is also why we are expecting everybody to remain strong. Few days ago, about 24 Biafran followers that were arrested for since 2020 were released in their boy. And we are knowing and believing here in Noble Media that the release of Nnamdi Kanu is closer than many people think. It has been long, it has lingered since 2021, but we believe that as we keep pressing on the matter, your own part is to keep typing free Nnamdi Kanu. If you can pray for him. Anyone you can do in your own little way without inciting anybody, without any form of violence, keep doing, keep praying, keep typing free Nnamdi Kanu. We believe that freedom is closer. If you have not typed under the comment of this video, come over under this video and type free Nnamdi Kanu now. Come under this particular video and type free Nnamdi Kanu now. We believe that October 10th is far, but it's not too far. He has been there for a long time. We believe that freedom is assured. Come under the comment of this video, type free Nnamdi Kanu. If you have not liked this video, this is the right time. Click on like. If you have not shared this video, click on share. Share this video here on YouTube. Copy the link, share it on WhatsApp group, Facebook groups, to your Twitter handle. Share the link of this video across board to your family, to your friends, to your followers, to your fans, to your everybody. Let everybody come under the particular video and type free Nnamdi Kanu right now. There is an important video I'm leaving for you on the screen. Click on it now and watch.